Kiai Muhammad Fadlullah Suhaimi, a well-known great religious reformer and prolific writer who had a strong Islamic background arising from his education in Indonesia, Al-Azhar University, Egypt, and in Medina as well. He was one of the founders of Singapore's Sharia court and had introduced several changes, such as delivering Friday sermons in Malay. Realizing the importance of education, he decided to establish Madrasah Al-Ma'arif Al-Islamiyah in Singapore in 1936. He had written several books and pamphlets with topics ranging from Islamic faith. Kiai Ahmad Zohri Mutammim, a well-respected religious leader who was a principal in Madrasah Al-Saghaf Al-Arabiya from 1952 till 1960. He was one of the founders of Singapore Islamic Scholars and Religious Teachers Association in 1957. He was also well known for his skills in the sciences of astronomy. He wrote papers regarding this science according to the mathematical approach, especially with the determination of the month of Ramadan, Shawwal, and Zulhijjah. Al-Alim Muhammad Sanusi bin Mahmud. He was one of the rarest Islamic scholars of his time and had a good command of 3 languages, Malay, Arabic, and English. With his exceptional background, he was appointed as Singapore's first Mufti and President of Sharia Court, holding 2 positions simultaneously in 1968. He translated several books from Arabic to Malay. Tan Sri Dato Ahmad Ibrahim, an expert in civil law and Sharia. His contribution to the development of law in Singapore include nationwide as well as specific efforts for the Muslim community in Singapore. He played an important role in establishing the Sharia court through the Muslim Ordinance of 1957. In the early 1960s, he drafted the Administration of Muslim Law Act, AMLA, which was enforced in 1968. This made changes to the Sharia court's jurisdiction as well as created an Islamic Religious Council in Singapore, MUIS. Ustaz Ahmad Sun Haji bin Muhammad, principal of Madrasah Al-Junaid Al-Islamiyah in 1973 till 1980, and author of Abrul Athir, a compilation of his Quranic interpretations during his radio program in Malay. Ustaz Sun Haji founded a few madrasas in Indonesia and Singapore, such as Madrasah Bustanul Arifin and Madrasah Ad-Diniyah. He was able to establish his exegesis in 30 volumes since 1960 till 1988. Now, Abrul Athir, Tafsir Al-Quran in Radio, is a reference for studies and general public in the region. Ustaz Muhammad Ibrahim Muhammad Qasim. His name is listed in the 500 most influential Muslims in the world since 2009. His proficiency is 5 languages, namely Arabic, English, Malay, Tamil, and Urdu, enable him to do outreach work comprehensively to the local intellectual Muslim community. In order to engage the Malay community in economics and Islamic finance and banking, he delivered lectures and wrote essays in the 1970s through the radio and Straits Times. Maulavi M.H. Babu Sahib was a product of Rahmaniya Seminar in India and disciple of Maulana Dr. Muhammad Fazlur Rahman and Ansari Al-Qadiri, World Fraternity of the Alimiya Institute of Islamic Studies. He pioneered the teaching of Islam in Islamic language in the early 1970s that inspired the formation of Kumpulan Saudara Baru, Muslim Converts Association of Singapore. He was also a pioneer board member of Islamic Religious Council Singapore, MUIS, and Yayasan Mendaki. Ustaz Ambik bin Ali. Ustaz Ambik Ali was tireless in developing the quality of education and upbringing of Muslim adults in Singapore. He was identified with his active and strong opposition to deviant teachings, and he often put his life on the line in that battle. As a result, his reputation as well as Pergas preceded them. In 1960s, Ustaz Ambik, along with his friends, rooted from the establishment of a students' association and founded Pergas in order to improve the quality of education and upbringing of Muslim adults in Singapore. Said Ahmad Smaid, a writer, a leading translator, and a successful entrepreneur who founded a publishing company, Pustaka Nasional Singapura. He was one of the founders of Pergas, a member of Fatwa Committee of MUIS, and was involved in the religious rehabilitation group. Amongst his own works were Hadis Qudsi and 10 yang dijamin masuk syurga. He translated many of religious publications in the region, which were used by Islamic tertiary institutions. Ustaz Abu Bakar Hashim, one of the few local Islamic scholars who obtained a bachelor in Islamic law in Al-Azhar University. Ustaz Abu Bakar was also involved in community work and had a soul of an entrepreneur. He was hailed as a hero of Singapore, along with his colleague, who volunteered to take the place of hostages during the Laju Ferry incident in 1974, where the terrorists received safe passage to for a full resolution. Thus, due to his experience in dealing with terrorists, he became an advisor to the Religious Rehabilitation Group, which was established in 2003. Ustaz Osman Jantan, his wide experiences and dedication as a missionary of such great caliber won positive comments from local leaders. He was also known as a versatile scholar of an expert of many talents. He is most remembered for introducing the Osmania technique, a new and effective technique of teaching and learning Muqaddam, an introductory text to reading and reciting Arabic and Holy Quran. Ustaz Said Ahmad Abdullah Al-Jufri. Ustaz Said Abdullah was a prominent mufassir, author of the exegesis of the Quran, and author of textbooks on Islam, and a social activist. As the president of Pergas in 1999, he faced several delicate issues such as compulsory education, CE. Under his leadership, Pergas presented the religious teachers' viewpoint until an amicable resolution was found. His courteous disposition and dialogues with national leaders made him a highly respected scholar in the community.